Looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. We are here Unpacking Live, episode 5. I am your host, Christian from Hunky, and as usual, I'm joined by my co host, the lovely Joseph Federico. Joe, how are you doing today?
Hey, the marketing maven coming in live as your co-host. How are you? Happy almost weekend and almost
Um,
Pride.
Happy almost weekend. Yes, it's Friday. It feels good. Happy Pride. Yeah, I mean, early Pride.
Pride's
We're
every day, Christian. Come on,
It's
let's be
true.
real.
It's true. We celebrate Pride at Hunky and everywhere. We celebrate Pride every day of the year through our lives. But yeah, Pride Month is around the corner, so we wanna celebrate it. We even with more enthusiasm, and yeah, we're here to discuss to talk about Pride and everything, and to unpack, like we say, Pride Month. So yeah, let's get started. We were chatting earlier about our first Pride. Do you remember your first Pride?
I do like it was yesterday, although it was almost 20 years ago.
Wow, tell me
I
about it.
do a long time, and I haven't celebrated every year just for personal reasons because of that like internalized homophobia, in which we talked about in the past.
Hmm.
Um, Being ashamed of who I am or who I was in the past, and it's certainly an evolution. So my first Pride was scary to come to terms and speak with myself about actually coming out. I had
I imagine, yes.
just come out of the closet. And I went and I busted that damn door down at the time.
kick,
But then
kick
I
it
crept
off,
back
yes.
in.
Hey, everybody has their own way of dealing with with who you are and your identities,
Yeah.
but it's totally fine.
So it was scary for me, Christian, to be honest, and I'm sure it was for those listening or on in the replay, and even people now. I mean, it's okay to celebrate Pride. I think we should start off by saying this. However, you feel the most comfortable.
Absolutely.
If that's donating to an organization, if that's sharing things on social media, writing in your journal or diary, or just doing it in the privacy of your own home or neighborhood, that's okay.
Watch a special
Absolutely fine.
movie, play a song that makes you feel super special and queer,
Exactly.
whatever helps you feel good about who you are. And that's the whole spirit of Pride, right? It's
It
like,
is.
celebrate our identities and who we are. So whatever makes you feel good, it doesn't have to be a big parade, but it certainly helps to being with your community and
It does.
celebrate with other people. So
But
yeah,
you'll eventually get there. Yeah. Yeah.
your first one was scary. Why was? I mean, I understand why it was scary. It was your first one. You were coming out.
I went,
Where,
it was
where
the New
was
York
it?
City Pride.
Holy moly! So that's
It
wow.
was
How
the
many
first
people?
one.
Thousands of people.
Thousands. I don't even remember. The crowd side was huge. And this
I
is what at
know.
the time, not to date myself, but it is what it is. And at the time when the original Queer Eye for the Straight Guy cast was huge back in like
I don't know if everybody knows that the Netflix show is not the original Queer Eye, right? It's like that. Do people know that anymore? I mean, I yes, because it was called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy back
it
in the
was
day.
it was like a cult following. It was a big
Yeah,
deal.
it's
It was
great. I
fun.
love that show. Yes.
And that was what I had turned to for style tips, seeing myself, a representation of myself on television in the
As
Pride
this
Parade.
as
Uh,
the straight guy.
yeah, just because all these different personas and bringing it back to who I am now as the marketing maven, a marketing professional, I was drawn to the different personas and different lifestyles that these gay men, were portraying on television within pop culture. So that
Yeah.
was very important to me. And there were uh and this is a PC term, by the way. This is what they're called. There were dykes on bikes, and I'm
Bikes
not
and
saying that
bikes.
in a derogatory manner because they were fabulous, and I do love
We love
lesbians.
them. We love them.
They were on their bikes, and I was dressed in my pride gear, kind of like this, but like a white tank top. I had a rainbow bracelet on, my Abercrombie red flip flops, I think red sport shorts, and I was like ready to go celebrate, sweat my ass off. And I remember my eyes were welling up. Something just came over me that I was just so prideful and proud of myself for coming out in the public at that time, because I had also worked in the city and I wasn't really out at the time. I was dating a few different guys and I was really feeling myself and starting my career, but I wasn't really out, on social
Right,
media or in the public.
right.
So it was this amazing experience, and I've never been back since to the New York City
Yeah,
parade.
I
So
imagine it must be crazy, right? New York City is a crazy place. I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff going on during Pride in New York. It must be a wonderful experience. Definitely.
it was wonderful. It was different, but going out partying the night before is a little different than the Pride Parade. And I'll save that for an article or a different non PC conversation.
Well, yeah, we'll have to do unpacking after hours or something like
After
that.
hours,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that'll be hilarious. We should do that. Um, that's great. That's a great story. What's the well? You mentioned the dikes and bikes. Is that what kind of like the image that you remember most vividly about your first Pride?
It is that, and the police forces, I think, were playing were organized in this marching band, and I think that was
Like
kind of the
supporting.
old me, because I was in band my entire life in high school and college, so
Mhm.
I liked seeing another. Uh, it was another form, another representation of me and my past,
Right.
but out in real life in public. So it was the Dykes on Bikes. It was the police force, just marching band, and actually seeing and waving to with my friend Karen. Hey, Karen, if you're watching, but I'll tell her about this on the replay. She came with me. One of my oldest friends came with me to our first Pride together as
Mhm.
ally and gay man, and the Queer Eye cast waved to us on
Oh
their
my
in their float.
god. You were
Yeah.
blessed by
Oh yeah, blessed.
the
We're like,
OG
you're good, you're
Queer
gay.
Eye.
Let's move on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's such a great memory, such a vivid image that you're painting. Um, Sounds like a great time for sure.
I will probably never go back, to be honest, just because it's so immense and
It's too
massive,
big, yeah.
and
And if
it's
you don't live in the
chaotic.
city, it's probably really hard to get to.
Probably
Yeah.
really hard now, especially with everything going on and everything so expensive. But unless I'm on a float for whatever reason, I don't think I'll be going back to the Manhattan
Never
Parade again.
never discount it. Who knows? Maybe you'll be in the
Who
Hunky Tops
knows
float in a
if
couple of
anyone's
years.
listening?
Hunky Tops float. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Exactly. How about your first Pride? Let's hear about that.
So yeah, I lived in a very conservative country. I lived in Chile for most of my younger years,
Sure.
and there wasn't a lot of pride events. Everything was very underground. Um, I just remember seeing on television the first pride parades that started happening, and I remember hearing all the comments from people around me, saying, "Oh my god, can you imagine if we see somebody we know at the parade?" Like, because there were
Yeah,
it was on in the news, right? It's like, what if we see somebody we know? Like it was so shameful that I always had that like stigma about pride growing up.
sure.
That I was always kind of like, as like you were saying, as I was coming to terms with who I am, and back in the day, it was hard for me. So I never really participated until I
Mm,
moved to the States. When I moved to the States, that's when I decided to start living, to really come out and start living my life as an out and proud gay man.
mhm.
And I was living in Chapel Hill in North Carolina, and there were like pride, like coming out of the closet day. There were like different things at the university, but I never really participated in an actual pride parade or a
Sure.
festival until actually last year. Last year was the
Wow.
first time that I went. So, but well, in my 40s, was the first time that my husband and I decided to join Pride here near where we live. So, Central Maine Pride, that's the name of the organization. They organize this Pride. It's a festival, really. It's not really a parade. Every year during June, here in a little town called Waterville,
Mhm.
and yeah, that was the first time that we went together. It was great to to meet the community. It's a local thing, so it's very different from your story, right? So you're talking about floats and parades and thousands of people. I am talking about maybe hundreds of people tops, vendors,
Yeah, but
more
that's
like.
just as important, Christian.
But yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Is like there's so many different ways of celebrating Pride,
Sure.
and it was just, yeah, I felt good. It felt good, like I was saying earlier, being among community,
Yeah.
meeting people. it's mostly, a lot of younger people, but still, it's nice to just know that you're in a safe space, that people that are there are there to
Sure.
support you, that are on your same or similar paths than you are, and just seeing immense amount of diversity is just so beautiful. um seeing the vendors and seeing, also there were not just LGBTQ uh, businesses, but also, just allies, right? Seeing a lot of allies.
Like free mom
I
hugs, free dad hugs, and
That kind of stuff, yes.
other real
And
businesses that actually support our community. Yes, real
yes, small businesses mostly, which is really nice to see, right? Like the support, not of the big corporations that do it because they feel like they have to, or because they're, out to get the pink dollar, but like real small businesses that are struggling, but they're there for us anyway. Or it's because they know that their clients are members of the communities and they want to support them, right? So
exactly,
it's
which is so important. And you know what? I mean, we have a platform. We should be utilizing this to be very un-PC. I'm actually really disappointed. We're going to hit this next topic. We can go back, but
yes.
on all the corporate sponsorships that are pulling out this year for all the prides across the country is embarrassing, and I will not be supporting you. So
No, absolutely.
there's that.
There's no way. I mean, yeah, it's always been corporate sponsorship. It always felt, fake. I feel like, and now we're
Rainbow
seeing
washing, it's fake. All of
we're
them
seeing the
pulling.
real colors right now, right? It's like when things get really difficult, are you really there for us, for our community? And clearly they're not, right? It's
The
like
answer is no. And
so.
we have the spending power. And that's where the pride, I think, for us should come into play, in my opinion,
I
this
agree.
year, because we should be putting our dollars behind people that support us and those other small businesses that, in my opinion, being a small business owner myself, as well as you, we're the
Yeah.
heartbeat of the country. And I'm very proud to say that. I'm getting chills.
I know
So
what you're saying, though. It is absolutely true.
I
And
had
I
to
know
put that out there with this pride chat. So
it's part of it's part of being prideful, right? It's I am, as like just like you said, I am very disappointed, and it's just dumb, right? It's like they should be. To me, it's like such a clear opportunity to do right by a community. Like, can you imagine like, if a brand came out today, like Absolute Vodka did back in the day, right? It's like
I remember that.
supporting for real the gay community. We will be behind that brand 100%, right? We will
Come
be.
out in droves and support
Oh
said
my
brand.
god, and they will make
Exactly.
so much money. But everybody's so scared, and it's like, because whatever is happening in the
I don't
government, and
understand that,
it's
Christian. I never will, to be honest. And
Target. Target did us so wrong. I mean,
did you see their pride
well, I
merch
haven't
this
seen
year?
I haven't seen the Pride merch
Oh
this
my
year.
god,
All
it's
I
so
know is that
embarrassing. It's
all
so
I know is
embarrassing.
that they did, the 180, was it last year, when they didn't pay their designers. There's a bunch of stories out there. Basically, they
Mhm,
back off their offers and contracts with LGBTQ designers for their Pride items, and
mhm,
just
mhm.
because of pressure from some people, right? So that's fake allyship for sure.
And then they
Um,
rolled back their DEI.
and
It
they,
made
yeah, and
it
they're
even
not the only
worse.
ones, of course. Yeah,
And they have this little, oh my gosh. So I mean, fuck Target, whatever. I don't care. But
it's true. But that's what I was trying to say, though. It hurts because Target was a place that felt safe, and that a
it
lot
did
of.
feel safe. It they built this wonderful brand, and I have been knowing this for
Yeah.
years, that they don't treat their employees right.
Mhm.
You pay them like a living wage. That's okay. That's most corporations.
Right.
But to
I mean,
roll
we
back,
shouldn't allow.
not pay queer creatives and businesses, roll back their DEI, and then try to bring us back, their merch is shit. And I'll just Google it right now, everybody. It
I'll
is like trans birds, drag queen birds, a lesbian bird couple, and like a moving van. And I don't know what that says. And I'm sending love to the lesbian community, but like I don't
I
understand
feel like
what
the
this is
lesbian
just even
community.
trying to tell us.
I
Anyway,
think they're proud of their moving band joke. I think it's funny. But I
like,
don't. Yeah, I haven't seen the merch. I don't know who designed it. I don't know what's going on with Target. I honestly
and there's
stop
no
paying
kid
attention to them.
merch. I'm sorry.
There's no what? I didn't hear you.
So there's no children pride merch. It's all
Oh,
for
I see.
adults.
Oh, I
So
see.
I
Yeah,
think that they were trying to make a
they're
pretty strong
scared.
message there.
Yeah, Yeah, they're trying to appease a certain percentage of the population, instead of just being by us, instead of really, like, if you're gonna throw your support, really throw your support, and they're not doing it.
No,
So that's not the way to celebrate Pride. That's for sure. But the like we were saying, the small businesses that do show up, that's where really the real support comes from. And the local coffee shops that have the little stickers that say this is a safe zone, right? All of those things are important, right? Like the small business that offers gender
sure.
neutral bathrooms, or that they respect your pronouns or whatever, right? They're the ones that are making us feel part of the community, and so we should show up for them instead of these big corporations that don't care
Right.
about us.
And big money, big corporate. I will
Yeah.
tell you this, my partner and I did not go to Pride together. Even when we first started going out, we were very flamboyantly us, right, at the time, and we
Hmm.
were young in our 20s and going out and making out and do whatever, right, in public and just dancing and having a good time. Not very much money, by the way, but we made it work, right?
Hmm.
We weren't really in our careers yet, over 20 plus years ago ish. But I remember writing a letter to my partner during our first Pride, our first Pride year together, that benchmark. And it was so dramatic. I love you. I can't wait to celebrate Pride with you one day.
That's so cute, though.
I wish I had the letter to read, and I would have. I'm not embarrassed of it, but a little bit.
That's so
Um,
cute.
but we never went to a Pride together until maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago, where my partner's place of employment actually sponsors a table,
Oh, I
and
see.
he's part of the LGBT DEI
The
group,
the, the
and
employee group, yeah.
yeah, and I help him volunteer every year, and it's wonderful. It's a very small Morris County Pride here in New Jersey. I believe it's going to be the end of June, that last Saturday in June this
Uh-huh.
year. Um, there's a center stage. There are some performers, drag queens, and
They do
um,
the same
a
here in
trans rock
Maine.
band. Really cool, really
That
edgy,
sounds cool.
and just vendors and just food and just fun. It's not a parade by any means. Very chill.
Right,
So
right. So yeah, that's a really kind of like small town pride, and I really love it. Like I said, that's what Central Maine Pride is. This year, the festival is happening this weekend. It's on the June 1st, which is a bit of a shame, just because it apparently is going to rain.
oh
So
no,
we're still planning on going. But
you're gonna have
also,
a blast. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah, I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to it. But also, every first Friday here in Waterville, a few minutes away from where I live,
Mhm.
um, every first Friday, all the small businesses, get together and they do what they call First Friday. A lot of small towns do this in the U.S. But because it's the first one in June, it's gonna be like a pride thing. So
Nice.
they're gonna have LGBTQ creators showing their stuff, artists and musicians, and discounted food, and it's just gonna be fun to just go out and walk the sidewalks downtown. Everybody's gonna be gay, and it's gonna be
That's
fantastic.
everybody could be gay, but gay happy, gay as in queer.
Yes,
Both.
both, all of the above. So
All the above. That sounds
I'm
like
really
so
looking
much
forward to it.
fun.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so that's I love small town, and because my husband and I, we kind of hate big crowds, and yeah, we couldn't do like
same
a
here.
big
Yeah.
pride thing. So yeah, small pride works for us perfectly. We love it. So I hear you're attending like 4 pride events this
Oh
year.
my
Tell me about
gosh, we
that.
are doing so many prizes this year, and because it's so important, and because there's a lot more keyword representation this year than there ever has been, which again I believe is so important. We are not going to the Asbury one down the shore. That's this Sunday. We have family coming over this weekend. We're going to the Princeton Pride, June 14th, I believe that is, about an hour from where I am in
Right.
Morristown, with allies and our friend Caitlin. Hello, Caitlin. I'll tell her that she was on the show, and her husband, who has a trans non-binary sibling. So his name is
Hmm.
Jeff. So he's an ally. Love him to death. He's like a brother to us. So we're going to go celebrate together in their new
That's
town
great.
in Princeton, and then we're going to go to the Morris County Pride the end of June, and my partner will have
That's
a booth through his company. Yeah.
that's really cool. By the way, since you're doing shout outs, I think I have to do a shout out too
Oh, that's a great
to
idea. Go ahead.
To Daniel from Maryland. Daniel is a lovely, lovely community member of the Hunky Tops community. I love him to death. Hey,
Hey,
Daniel.
Daniel.
Shout out to Daniel. Anyways, so Pride is great. Why do we celebrate Pride in June, Joe? Do you know?
That is because of the 1969 riots at Stonewall, I believe.
Correct. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I think so. Shit. I should have looked
It
it up.
was a
Right.
riot. Pride was a riot, and
Pride was a riot. Yes.
trans women of color actually were the heroes of that event.
So that was in June 1969, and I believe, yeah, people started commemorating the date of the Stonewall riots,
Yeah,
right? In June, every like the following year, there was some sort of parade or march, really more than a parade.
correct.
Um, and yeah, ever since the thing started, because that marked a moment in which the gay community really started fighting for our own rights, right? As
Correct.
opposed to just being,
Oh, I just got
like a
chills. Yeah.
passive, being a victim of abuse, right? We started saying, no, this is enough. We have to take control and fight for our own rights. And so yeah, ever since June is our Pride Month. Not every state celebrates in June. I understand a lot of places in the South celebrate different months just because it's too damn hot in June.
May
They
is
can't do
also, but
anything.
also in the fall. I believe a few places in Florida, and I have
Yep.
been to Florida. Dead of summer, do not recommend, but
Right.
they do have their prides a little bit later than here in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
Yep. Yep. So it's not. So June is not just the only month to celebrate. I mean, yeah, you can celebrate year round, but yeah, in some states, look it up. There might be pride parades in different months as well. So it's
Yeah.
always good to check it out.
I do want to talk, Christian, about some of the safety tips in which we talked about in the article
Yes.
in Unpacking the Closet, that series on hunkytops.com.
Yes, please do.
I highly recommend, this is no joke. You may say it's too easy or just common knowledge. Wear something that is breathable, right? Wear your Pride merch and your your shirts and such, but certainly wear something that's breathable and light and not too dark. Black and purple do not mix with the sun. So I recommend something, pink or even something white, right?
White. Yeah.
Whatever, or layers or tank tops. You can take things on and take things off in an appropriate manner, of course. And I also highly recommend hydrating, even sitting underneath a like a booth or like a awning or like an overhead. Hydrate your ass off, because it would be it's a long day out there, especially if you're a vendor. Just hydrate
your ass, is that what you said? Hydrate
your ass.
Okay.
You hydrate your ass off, because you will be sweating.
It's funny that you mentioned this knowledge that you're imparting so wisely. Those are two things that I did not do last year in my first Pride.
Okay.
I was not prepared. It was super hot. There was no shade anywhere, and I was wearing like a dark shirt, like a button-up shirt, and I was sweating everywhere. It was terrible. And I didn't bring a bottle of water, which sounds super obvious, but I wasn't carrying one. And so yeah, I had to like buy water, which you can, but
I was going to say, if you can bring like a canister or something, or a water bottle that's refillable to save the planet just a little bit if we can.
Absolutely.
And also, there's this beautiful comic on, I forget his name, and I'll shout him out in the comments or something on the replay. But this gay comic, who's a ginger, gorgeous, talked about wearing deodorant at these Pride festivals. Some guys may be into the whole,
yeah, there's all kinds of different, yes, but I
pinks and everything, but just please, please.
I don't have a lot of experience in Pride parades, but I used to attend a lot of different conventions, like comic book conventions and all of that. Yeah. And that's also a good tip for those conventions.
Just be mindful of your fellow, folks, please. One more tip. Prides can be overwhelming, especially if you're going to your first one. You don't have to do it all. You can always go back year after year and hit different booths, different performances, different organizations, and don't always grab everything off of the tables. They are there, for your enjoyment, like pencils and stickers. You don't have to bring all that crap home all at once. Be mindful, be picky and choosy. Yeah. And then you'll get used to what you're looking for then just year after year. So
True, true. Great tips. Thank you, Joe, for those tips.
my
Like I
studio.
said, I wish I had this information last year, but this year, well, this year I'm bringing an umbrella because it's supposed to rain here in Maine, which
Uh-huh.
it sucks, and maybe even boots because it might be mucky. But
And your
we'll
water
find out.
bottles to stay hydrated.
Regardless, you need water all the time.
Good.
Absolutely, and that's the third absolutely
That's
of
beautiful.
this stream.
Absolutely.
Joe, so we do need to move on to the
Oh,
next section,
I know.
which
I know.
is yeah, I don't know, you know, but I want to tell our listeners that we run at Hunky Tops. We run what I call the first Flexathon
Mhm.
during the month of May, where basically I ask community members to send pictures of them striking a pose, wearing their Hunky Tops. Um, Flexing was the idea, but really anything that could be encompassed or understood as flexing, you know, because flexing is really is a, you know, it's flexing, but it's also an attitude, right? Um, and yeah, the objective of this was just like a fun community activation to kind of like see, you know, how people are styling their t-shirts and everything. And the prices were it's exclusive Flexathon tank top that they're getting, and also one lucky winner gets $100 to spend on the store.
Wow. That's a great
So yeah,
prize.
I'm super excited, and you know, we got a ton of entries in the contest, and it was really hard for me to choose the winners, but I chose the three winners that are getting the tank tops,
That's
and
awesome.
one lucky winner that is getting the $100 plus also gets the tank top. So I want to announce them. This is like
Let's go for it. Drum
yeah,
roll,
this is
please.
breaking news. So first of our winners is oh, why is it not showing up? There he
Here we
is,
go.
Mando. This guy is amazing. He's super nice. This is his Instagram handle. You can follow him there. He's wearing our gym muscle bunny tank top.
He looks
Uh,
really, really fun too. This guy. He looks very sweet.
oh, he's really nice. He's a really sweet guy. So yeah, Mando gets one of the exclusive Flexathon tank tops,
Nice.
followed by Connor Kent. This guy is on Blue Sky. I just love the attitude in this picture. You know, is a good flex, but also, you know, the tongue sticking out is fantastic. So I had to give him something.
Let's
So
give him. He's doing
he's
this. Very nice. Very
yeah. So he's also getting his exclusive tank top,
awesome.
followed by Akbar Hunter,
Wow.
wearing our muscle pig tank top here,
I love that.
showing a lot of skin, let's say.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
great picture.
Prideful.
You know, with his pop hood, he's looking great. Love this picture. Akbar Hunter is also getting a exclusive tank top, and our winner is Camplot Counselor.
Nice.
Thank you. Yes. I just is the attitude in this picture that I really adore, is the expression on the face, you know, looking up, flexing is just, it's just fantastic. Wearing a my boyfriend's a werewolf tank, which is one of our most popular designs in the store. Yeah, love it. This is a great guy. Follow him on Instagram.
I love his handle too.
Yeah, horror. He's a horror fan. Definitely follow him. He's great. So yeah, I'll be reaching out personally to all of these winners to you know arrange the prize delivery and all of that. And I want to thank everybody who participated, who sent their pictures. You can see all the pictures if you go to hunkytops.com and go to the gallery. All the pictures are there. They're fantastic. I do recommend checking them out. It's not the last Flexathon. We're gonna do this again because I had so much fun. So
Seemed like a
definitely
lot of fun.
stay tuned because it will happen again. So yeah,
How
Joe,
about our shirts? You want to do our shirts?
we're almost time. So let's talk about what
Let's
we are
talk
wearing.
about, yeah.
Joe, what are you wearing, Joe?
Oh my gosh, I am wearing the Devil Daddy t-shirt. And again, my usual story, and with the same as for all the Hunky Tops t-shirts. that I personally own, and there are a lot of them in my collection. I wear it to the gym. I get a lot of looks, and I like the attention. So it's because of the shirt. It
I think
fits
it's because of
well.
you, but thank you.
This is a size large, by the way. I like the little extra room underneath the arms and the armpits and around the tummy area is not very tight, which is great, and it feels like it's been broken in, and it's like my best friend just giving me a hug. It's
Oh.
very soft, but it is also a very 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 sexy design. So if you like the Flexathon, then this is certainly the shirt.
That's definitely in line.
Like this, the horns.
That Devil Daddy design it was designed by the guy from Too Many Hats design company. He's a
Wow,
great guy. He's also on Instagram. I'll shout him out in the comments in the replay. But yeah, he's great. I love that dude too.
great design and great shirt. And then red is my
You
child
look
color.
you look fantastic in
Thank
red,
you.
Joe. I should say.
Thanks.
I'm gonna put the QR code one more time. That's the Devil Daddy tank top.
Sign it, scan
Uh,
it, purchase. Yes.
you can scan it and yeah, and get it from the store.
Oh yeah, let's take
I
a click. How about you, Christian? What are you wearing
I
today?
I am wearing my someone scanned the
Thank
QR
you.
code. Thank you so much. I am wearing the Disco Strong.
Oh yes,
Thank you. The Disco Strong t-shirt.
very
I
sexy, very nice.
I had this idea in my mind for a very long time of Atlas that carries the world in its shoulders. I was like, what if instead of the world, it was carrying a disco ball? So
Disco's
that
not dead. No.
it was hard to find the right picture and everything, but when I found it, I knew that I had to do this like mashup, and I'm pretty happy the way it turned out. The print is really good, really good quality. So yeah, I love it. Purple is my favorite color, so that's why
You
I
look
made
green
this.
purple, by the way, Christian.
Thank you. I
Purple.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it very much. So yeah, that's the reason why this one is in purple, but it's available in other colors on the store too. So that's the QR code. If you wanna get this T-shirt, you can go get it from the shop. Thank you for
So
scanning the
scan.
code.
Thank you. Awesome.
Um, Joe, it's has been great. Let's
Our 30
see
minutes
if
is up, Christian. I'm so sad.
but we're gonna be celebrating Pride. Joe, when people wanna reach you, how can they do it?
Yeah, so namely on Instagram is Joseph A. Federico, hashtag Joseph A. Federico. And you guys can actually call or text me directly to talk about Hunky Tops. First and foremost, you can talk about marketing, a free 25-minute consultation. I'm taking it on clients, but I'm here for the community. So 973-289-3517. Give the marketing maven a call and we'll chat.
Totally. Don't forget to do that. The number is on your screen. Call Joe for any questions about marketing or anything else. And if you want to talk to me, I am Christian from Hunky Tops. Just go to hunkytops.com. If you scroll down, you'll find links to all of our. Thank you for the scan. You'll find links to all of our social media platforms, and if you message me through any of those, I'll respond. Or also via email Christian@hunkytops.store. I'll try to respond every single email within 24 hours. So far, I think I've done it. And if I haven't, just message me.
He will respond. He's very responsible and a great business owner. And
Thank
Christian, I
you.
do appreciate being your co-host.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joe. It's been
Love you,
great.
man.
We'll have to find out what the next topic is going to be for our next Unpacking Live.
Oh yeah, just in 2 weeks. Just
In 2
weeks.
weeks from now, it'll be the heart of Pride. We'll see. We'll find something to talk about, something prideful, something gay, and something to unpack. If you listening have any idea of any thoughts of anything that you want us to discuss, don't hesitate. Leave comments, send messages. We're here for it. I want to thank everybody who tuned in live and everybody who's listening in the replay. Thank you so much. Don't hesitate to leave comments. We'll respond every single one. Joe, any final words?
Just as sure to go forth with pride and be safe, everybody. So from my
so
room
much.
to yours. Thanks everybody for joining.
We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.